what do you even want to achieve? What do you even need this discipline for? Are you going for it just because you saw it on the internet? Are you going for it just because you read it in a book? Are you going for it just because successful people have gone with it? What are you trying to achieve by discipline? This is really, really important, and the question depends on any person. See, you need to be clear on why you even need this discipline, which are. Hello, everybody. Yes, as we all know, discipline is indeed the most important skill in terms of taking steps towards the goal and success that we want to achieve. But now, here's my question. What is it that even those who are on this journey of developing their discipline and stuff like that, suddenly when they're in the middle of the journey, they quit? Like what? I know the factor. The first and main important one, lack of information. Now, yes, we do know that discipline means to choose what needs to be done over what you want to do. Yes, you do need to wake up early if you want to get the most of your day. Yes, you do have to listen to podcasts if you want to develop your knowledge and your intelligence and whatever. And yes, of course, you need to read books, work out in order to develop many skills and things in your mind and body. But I'm going to ask you a few questions that are going to answer why those people have quit and why all these that I mentioned are not what discipline is actually about. Yes, they are effective, but they could be just 20% of what discipline is. Because I have this question of you. How are you even going to get up early if you do not know how to make the most of your day? Let's say that you get up at 4 a.m. What are you even going to do throughout the day if you don't know what to do? If your mindset is not enough, if your mindset level is not at the level that can actually get the most of the day. Now, let's go for the questions. Number one that I have for you is how well do you manage your thoughts? Because your thoughts create your actions. Your thoughts create your words. Your thoughts create the behavior that you're gonna have when facing failure. The main important part is your thoughts. Like, what are you even gonna do? How are you even gonna get up early if your thoughts are negative, if your thoughts are toxic? And yeah, of course, you cannot tell your thoughts, hey, stop, buddy. I want you to be positive. Turn positive right now because I want to be disciplined. And the only way that I can be disciplined is by you being positive. No, you cannot control your thoughts. Your thoughts, first of all, are not you. You are the observer, and your thoughts come and go, and it's you who chooses which one to pay attention to. Are you paying attention to the positive ones or the negative ones? Now, how are you going to control your attention and your thoughts? By disciplining how you consume things. Now, by things that you consume, I don't mean just food. I mean the things you listen to. What type of music do you listen to? Do you listen to the music that is kind of describing the life that you want to have, is about the mindset that you want to have, or are you listening to breakup songs, poor songs, or whatever? The answer is yours. I have no idea. Second, things you watch. Look, many people do not know this, but the things that you watch are the main important factor in terms of creating your thoughts, your mindset, and in the end, your whole lifestyle. Yes, I'm a big fan of anime. I love watching anime, but I avoid many animes. I only watch the ones that the main character in it has the life that I want to have, has the mindset that I want to have, makes the decisions that I want to learn to make. It's really important because, like, for you, if you want to understand what series, what movies, or whatever that you're watching, if it's suitable for you or not, ask yourself, would you like to be in the shoes of the main character? Like, I'm not saying it in a fun way, yeah, it's gonna be fun to be a hero, I'm gonna save many lives, I'm gonna do this, No, be realistic. Would you really like to, for example, see your parents get killed by somebody, have your friends dead, or every day when you wake up you do not have peace? Would you like that? Then pay attention to what you watch and what you listen to because these are really important. And the third factor in terms of creating your thoughts and your mindset is the words that you say, things that you talk about, things that you say. Yeah, you cannot grab your thoughts and look at them and be like, hey, I don't want you, go out. Hey, I want you, stay. It's not going to be done physically. It's done by the way you talk. I know that sometimes if you have this habit of using curse words or whatever, it's not as easy to work on it, but work on it, please. Make sure that things that you talk about are things that you want to have more in your life. If something bad happened to you, why would you even talk about it if you don't want it in your life? Like, this is the main discipline, controlling the things that you talk about. Even if you're into drama, well, you're gonna have drama in your life. So if you do not want to have drama in your life, do not engage in conversations that are about dramas. If something sad has happened to somebody, yes, I know it is sad, but who said that you're supposed to stay in the conversation, listen to it, and emphasize with it? Of course not. You only need to listen when you can help somebody. If it's just going to be them talking about it and you just listening to it and nothing changing, you're just telling your thoughts and your mind that you are interested in sadness. Discipline is about understanding the connection between your lifestyle with your mind because it's your mind that creates your lifestyle. But if you want to control and create your mindset, then you gotta create a change in your lifestyle. Okay? This is really interesting, isn't it? Now, going for the second question. How well do you know your mind? Now, this is gonna work so well now after I explain those things. Are you having a self sabotaging mind? Is your mind negative all the time? Does your mind pay attention to negative things more than the positive ones? Ask yourself these and pay attention and be realistic, okay? Face your mind. Your mind is whatever that is creating the world around you. But it doesn't mean that if your mind has been negative all this time, it can continue being negative all this time. It's you, your job, by controlling the things you consume and controlling your thoughts to create change in it. But the first step in terms of changing how you consume things and all that is by facing your mind. Yes, I do have a negative mindset. Yes, I do have a failing mindset. Yes, I do have a victim mindset. Now that you've faced it, do things that is gonna change it. Going for the third question. Can a mind that's agitated even understand the podcast that it's listening to? Or even the mind that's agitated, can it get up early? Like, really? Now, here's what's gonna deny the truth that we knew about discipline, right? So, it's not just about getting up early, it's not just about listening to podcasts, but it's about making sure that your mind is at peace. And how are you gonna bring it back to peace? By disciplining how you consume things. Self discipline. Not just about working out, not just about going on walks, not just about getting up early, not just about listening to podcasts or good music or reading good books. These are indeed big parts of discipline, but the main steps that comes before these is to calm your mind. Because if your mind is not calm, no matter how much information you consume, you cannot make any use out of them. Now, going for the next question. How well have you worked on your perfectionism? Now, this is really important because if you want discipline, you gotta work sure that you are not a perfectionist anymore. You do not look for perfection because main thing that comes with discipline is consistency. And consistency requires you to throw away that mindset that said, yeah, I need perfection in my actions. No, you do not need perfection. You need evolution. And evolution can sometimes look like this. You go up and then come down. Down, 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 then come up. You never know when it's gonna go up, but the only way for you to know that it's gonna go up is to keep trying. And of course, somebody who's looking for perfection, right when they make a mistake, they're gonna quit. That's usually why most people who seek discipline quit. Because, for example, they try to wake up early all the time, and then for 3 days they couldn't get up early, and they'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna continue. I'm just gonna get back to getting up at 12 p.m. What's gonna be the change? It's about that. It's about knowing that even if you made a mistake, it's okay as long as you keep going. Throw away that perfectionism, okay? We do not need it when it comes to discipline. Now, going for the next question. How much energy do you dedicate to goals that don't come from motivation? How much energy do you dedicate to the goals of yours that do not come from motivation? Because discipline, of course, is not about motivation. Yeah, for example, on day one, you'd be like, that's it, I want to become a millionaire. And then you do many things, this. But since the goal that you had only came from motivation, once you fail, or once you face a hardship, boom, you quit. Okay? You gotta make sure to have goals that you do not need motivation for you to pursue them. If you, for example, want to have six packs, if you want cool muscles or whatever, it's not gonna be achieved from motivation. By motivation, yeah, on day one, two, three, four, or first week, you're gonna have so much fun at the gym, but are you gonna have that much fun at the gym on the second week if it's motivation? You're gonna quit once the motivation is gone. But if you actually are serious about building that six pack, building those muscles, even when the motivation is gone, you're still going for it. So make sure to have goals that do not require you motivation to pursue them. Pause. I'd like to correct myself, and it is that I mean when you want to hit the gym for building six packs, muscles, or whatever, when you don't see the results, when you don't feel your six packs showing up, when you don't feel your muscles or whatever, you're gonna quit. Because the less you see results, the more your motivation is gonna drain. But when you go for the sake of getting stronger, getting better, honey, that's already discipline. You don't need results for you to be a rhythm for you to keep going. You don't need to see anything. All you aim for is to get better. And when you know that there is no limits when it comes to getting better and you can always get better, I think that it's not motivation anymore. It's just purpose and you will keep going. Now, for the next question. How careful are you on your behaviors and your communications? Now, this goes back to the first question that I asked you that went back to things that you consume. How confident you are depends on your thoughts, and your thoughts depend on how you have a self conversation with yourself. You know, your behavior matters a lot in terms of discipline because the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act literally determines your confidence. And your behavior is really important because yeah, it's true. Somebody was mean to you and you just want to beat their ass up. But would you do it? Is there going to be any profit in it for you to do that? Now here it comes with discipline. Reactions in society are literally one of the most important factors in terms of shaping your personality. Because, of course, when somebody says something sad to you, you can go around and cry and be sad, oh my god, somebody says something sad to me. Or you can be disciplined and control your reaction. You know, one of the biggest freedoms that we humans have in terms of things that life brings to us is our reaction. How are you going to react to things? Eventually, by practicing to react confidently and strongly and more powerfully, eventually you can turn any obstacle, any hardship, any challenge into an opportunity. This is one of the most beautiful magics of discipline. If somebody has pissed me off, who said that I'm supposed to get pissed off? Isn't it so funny? This is where discipline's power begins. Taking away people's power on yourself because you have mastered yourself. You know that just because someone pissed you off doesn't mean that you need to peace off. And do you know how much energy that saves? How much peace that buys you? From now on, when you control yourself and know that just because someone is trying to trigger you, you don't need to be triggered. Just because someone is trying to make you angry, you don't need to get angry. Therefore, you're gonna save up so much energy and you're gonna be so much more at peace. And that's when you can actually make use of the podcast that you listen to. Get up early and actually make use of your day, and so on. But you, the disciplined you, is gonna know their worth, is gonna know who they are. And of course, they're not gonna get too engaged in toxic behaviors and behaviors that are even cheap for who they wanna become. Now, in terms of communication, you shouldn't hang around with everybody. Yes, it is good to be social. You can be social, of course. It's really useful, trust me. But you don't need to hang out too much with those who are not having the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself. It's really important. You've definitely heard, for example, if you have four drug dealers friends, the fifth is going to be you. And if you have four bodybuilder friends, the fifth is going to be you as well. Same goes for business, same goes for wealth, and same goes for anything that you can name. You gotta be careful on who you hang around with. You gotta discipline yourself. And yeah, you might want to have fun. You might want to go out a lot. But do you need that going out? Now here it comes. What you choosing what you need to do over what you want to do. See? You need to be clear on why you even need this discipline, which are we are gonna head to. The last question. What are you even aiming to achieve by discipline? Oh, my favorite question. What do you even want to achieve? What do you even need this discipline for? Are you going for it just because you saw it on the internet? Are you going for it just because you read it in a book? Are you going for it just because successful people have gone with it? What are you trying to achieve by discipline? This is really important, and the question depends on any person. You should be clear on why you need the discipline. When there's a why, the how appears as well. When you know that, for example, you want to create a healthy lifestyle for yourself, of course you wouldn't just hang around with anybody. You know that you need people around you who are going to help you evolve. Of course, when you know that you want a healthy lifestyle, you wouldn't allow yourself to engage in activities that are totally against what you want. The main important thing about discipline is clarity. Discipline beats anything that is out there. The way you think, the way you act, the way you speak, the people you hang out with, every little habit that you have, every little thing that you have been doing subconsciously, but now it's time to bring them into consciousness, is gonna determine your energy, is gonna determine how you face hardships, is gonna determine how you go through challenges. So now, if this brings you clarity, not motivation, I want you to be just clear and honest with yourself on why you even need this discipline, then keep going. And I'm sure that your discipline from now on is going to be stronger than it ever was. So, for anybody who has tried to create discipline and has quit a lot, it's okay, it's never late. Actually, the fact that you're still watching this video and trying to work on your discipline already is amazing, and I'm really proud of you. So just keep going. Create and make as many mistakes as you need. Fail as many times as you need. Just keep going and know and be clear with yourself. Be honest, face yourself. If until now you were trying to be disciplined, but you really weren't after answering these questions, it's alright. Now you know the answer. Now you know the way. So just keep going, believe in yourself, and keep on rocking. I believe in you. Thank you so much for coming this far in this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Mwah!